Well, hello everyone. This is Father Bob Johnson at Our Lady of the Woods and our second episode of Take 5, connecting with people of our parish. Today it's my honor and privilege to have with us Jerry LeBoeuf, who's the president of our parish finance council. So Jerry, welcome, and we're glad to see you.
Well, good morning, Father, and it's good to see you. When I answered the invite to the meeting, I said, I'll be here/there. In other words, here at my place, but I'm there with you. So.
Oh, that's a blessing. So let's get going, and we'll see how many questions we can answer within the 5 minutes. We'll hear a little bell at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and then I'll tell you we got to wrap it up. But our first question, Jerry, to you then. What is the one thing you learned during this pandemic?
Well, one thing, wow. I mean, I've learned quite a bit, but I'll say this, to appreciate all that I have, my faith, my life, my wife, family and friends, my home, and possessions are the last thing. It's all those other things are first, and so I appreciate all of that. And a byproduct of all of that too is I've learned to manage my time, learn to relax, and take time to do the little things. A lot of times those things just slip by, but I've actually done pretty good at learning how to do all those things once I retired a couple of years ago, and but it just seemed I was always too busy to do the little things, So I manage my time, and I say really just to appreciate all that I do have in my life.
Well, it sounds like a good kind of focus for you, and you've really been able to look at that, and thank you for sharing. Our second
quiet time,
Yeah, of course. Our second question, name one way this pandemic situation helped you grow in your faith.
Well, I really miss Mass, being there in person, being an active part of the Mass as a lector and an usher. But I guess what we've really done is Kathy and I have started doing a nightly a prayer right after Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy.
All right.
8:00 p.m. And we take a couple of minutes several minutes in private prayer, and so that's a nightly ritual, but it's got to come after Jeopardy.
Oh, of course. Yeah, well, rituals are rituals, and there's a Jeopardy ritual.
Yeah.
That's very beautiful, though, Jerry, that you're able to form that kind of moment with God. And
Yeah. We sit on the couch and hold our hands, and when one is done praying, they just give a gentle squeeze, and then if the other one is still going on, they keep going until they squeeze back. So
that's wonderful. Well, our third question then is, what has been your biggest challenge during this time?
Well, I'm an outdoors guy, year-round. Wintertime, I go out to shovel a walk or walk around and check things, and just so I've been spending a lot of time indoors, obviously because of the restrictions, but staying out of contact, direct contact with my daughters and the grandsons. We have 5 grandsons, and I just treasure my time with them and doing that. So we've had a couple of get-togethers with the ones that live locally, and then the other daughter in Boston area, we Zoom or FaceTime a lot. But that's been something I miss. The biggest challenge is not being in direct contact with them.
And that's been one of the main threads I've seen with a lot of us, that direct contact, that physical contact, and especially for parents with their children, especially grandparents with their grandchildren. Very, very challenging time in that way. Yeah. Our fourth question is, what is the one thing you miss in your parish?
Well, like I said, I really miss the Mass, and I miss you. Wink, wink. And
you get a pay raise, buddy.
Get-togethers, after Mass, chit-chatting in the gathering area, the parking lot, coffee and donuts. So that's what I miss in the parish, that general overall bond and camaraderie.
Now we've got about 1 minute left for your final question. What is the one thing you would like to say to our parish of Our Lady of the Woods, either in your position as, the parish finance president or personally?
From the finance side, please continue to contribute, but I mean that in time and money. Time. Volunteer, be a part of the parish. It doesn't take much to really just be a member on a committee. You don't have to be the sponsor or the chairperson. When there's multiple people working on a project like the upcoming celebration, it's not an onus on one person. If there's a lot of people to take off this portion or this portion, and selling raffle tickets, be a part of doing that. And you get to meet people this way too if you join certain things. So anything in life, what you put into it is what you get out of it. And if you don't think you're getting enough out of your church or your parish, then put into it, or volunteer to be something. Sponsor a food drive for the food pantry. Visit shut-ins, visit neighbors that you don't see too often, and it's because they might be incapacitated in some way. Kathy started the homebound ministry thing. Do something
we'll
like
have
that.
her on another episode. We're inviting her to come on.
She's a little nervous. I'll be honest with you. So.
She'll be fine down the road once she sees you've done well.
Yeah. So.
Well, I want to thank you because our time is about up, but I personally want to thank you, Jerry, in a very special way. Our parish, I don't know if they fully appreciate the parish finance committee under your leadership also at this time. We've had different Zoom meetings. We've had to deal with different financial issues during this time in regards to how are we looking, how is the progress going with our, offertories, collections, the budgets. So I want to personally thank you especially and the finance committee. I think I have to let the parish know and remind them, we have a great group of people under your leadership that are really monitoring every week. They're behind the scenes looking at all of this,
And I think it does go a little bit unnoticed, and certainly from they're not hearing about you asking for money. I mean, from the pulpit and all that stuff, because that turns a lot of people off. So maybe an occasional article in the paper, or even take turns to people, members of the finance committee, just a couple of minutes from the pulpit, once a quarter or something like that, and say, here's where we stand. Here's the things that we've got lined up, and we're looking at some projects and things like that. So that might be something to help recognize the work of all the teams. And the same thing with the pastoral council. I mean, they do a lot of things, and it's kind of unknown. It's not published.
And we'll get to that, and we'll continue to celebrate that. But our time is up, unfortunately.
Okay.
And I just want to thank you once again. Wish you and your family all the best during this time. And my dear people, that's the end of our second episode of Take 5, Connecting with Someone in Our Parish. We thank Jerry LeBoeuf, who is our parish finance chair, and we'll be together once again next week with a new episode. Have a beautiful day.
Peace out.
Thank you, Jerry.
Okay, bye now.